Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So, how's you guys?
Hi, good evening,
Yeah.
sir.
Hello,
Good
hello,
evening, sir.
hello, everyone. Hi,
Hello,
so
sir.
Good evening, sir, Rohit sir.
yeah, good evening. So, guys, in yesterday's session, if you guys have attended, then we have discussed like what are the types of firewalls we have, right? And we have seen the course module that we are going to cover with this training, right? Here we are going to cover the NSC4 training, and we discussed in our last session what are all the topics in detail we are going to cover, right? So today we will see a small video, like a small lab, how we can access our FortiGate firewall first time, right? How we can configure the IP address to our firewall interface, right? How we can take the management access, okay? And then finally we will see how to how we can organize our dashboard, okay? Or what are the things available in our dashboard of FortiGate firewall, or what are the details that we can get from the dashboard of a firewall. Okay, so let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, okay, guys, I hope my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, Srini.
Okay, okay. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. So guys, you will be getting this type of URL for login to your lab, right? So I do not need any kind of resources in my personal laptop, like any hardware or anything like that. Nothing is required in my personal laptop, right? I am accessing the Gwyneth rack directly. It's a virtual lab available, and you can turn on the devices there. Okay. So in this case, you can access this lab anywhere, right? And you also do not need any kind of resources with your laptop, or you do not need any high-end laptops, okay, for performing the labs. So for doing the lab, you can use these racks. Okay. Let me try to log in with my credential here, right?
हे काढून ठेव जरा बाहेर.
Please go on mute. Okay. Okay, I simply put my user ID and password, and I'm landed to this page, right? This is our lab page. Okay. Here we have a predefined lab here available, okay, from our last batches. Okay. So you can use these topologies. You can see here we have multiple labs created already, right? For the netting, we have a different topologies. We have a HA configuration, hub bespoke VPN, IPSec site-to-site VPN. Okay, so either you can use these labs for your understanding, or you can for configuration or testing, or you can create your own lab as well, right? How you can create your own lab? You just need to come here and you need to click to the add new lab, right? After clicking add new lab, you will get an option for adding the lab, okay, where you need to put the name for the lab. Suppose I'm giving here as a day one Fortinet FortiGate, right? Just for an example, I'm giving one name, okay? So similarly, you can also give one name. So just click add, right? Then you will land to the page of the software, right? Or you can say the lab will be created. Here you can build your topology. Okay. How you can build your topology? You just need to click in this white space. Okay. You just need to right click on this white space. Then you will get an option for nodes, right? Nodes are the devices here. Okay. All the devices are listed in the nodes. See, so here we can choose the devices from the nodes, right? So here I will choose one FortiGate firewall, right? Okay. So after clicking here, I will select save, right? So here you can see we got one FortiGate firewall in our lab. Similarly, I also need one PC, right, for managing this firewall. Okay, so I will take one PC also. Let's say I'm using Windows Server as a management system, right? So you can also take, let me change the symbol. Okay, then we will click on save. Okay, then once you will go to the any device, then there is a option to connect another node with the cable. Okay, you just need to connect by dragging the cable. Okay, once you will drag the cable, then it will ask you in which port you would like to connect this cable. Okay, because in our FortiGate, as you can see here, we have 4 ports available, right? Let's say I want to connect it on port number 1. Okay, that I'll be configuring as a management port, right? So I have connected the cable to the port number 1 and this Windows server. Okay. Now how I can turn on? Either you can turn on from here or you can turn on by right clicking the device. Okay. So once it is turned on, the symbol will be right. Symbol will be. Guys, please go on mute. Yeah. So guys, once the devices are turned on, as you can see here, you will, sorry, the icons of the devices will get changed, right? Here, the color is different, okay? Or you can say blue color will be there once the devices are turned on, okay? And how I can take the console, I just need to click in the device, okay? So as you can see here, we are getting the access of the firewall, CLI access of the firewall, right? I'll press enter. So as you can see, firewall has boot up, right? And it is asking for the user credential, right? So by default, FortiGate firewall is having a user ID that is admin, and there is no password set for this admin account initially. Okay, so I will press enter. Okay, now it is asking us to change the password, right? So I'll put admin as a password. Okay, initially there was no password with the admin account. Okay, so now I have given the admin as a password. Username admin, then password no password, the new password it is asking, new password I'm giving admin, then it is asking for the confirmation, then I'm also giving admin. So it is giving me the welcome page, right? So I have given admin as a credential for the FortiGate CLI, right? So now, guys, suppose I want to see, this is my CLI, right? Suppose I want to see the interfaces of my firewall. Okay, so how I can see that? Show system interface is the command. Okay, so system interface, then I can put question mark. So here you guys can see it is showing us the ports details. Okay, how many ports are there? Port number 1, port number 2, port number 3, port number 4. So we are using port number 1 for our management port, right? So we need to configure the port number 1 as a management. So how we can access it from the management? So we will assign one IP to this port number 1, right? And same range of IP we will be giving to our management system. That is our Windows server. Okay. Then our firewalls, this port number 1 and the management system will come into the same network and they will be able to communicate. So we can take the access, right? So is it clear, guys? So for configuring the port number 1, what I need to do, I will have to run some command. What are those commands? Configure. First of all, I will go to the configure system interface. Okay, because I want to configure the interface. Okay, now which port I want to configure? I want to configure the port number 1. So I will give edit port number 1, right? So it will take me to the port number 1 configuration mode, as you can see here, right? It is the interface configuration mode. And here I am landed into the port number 1 configuration mode, right? Now, first thing what I need to do here is, first of all, as you can see here, port number 1 is selected as a DHCP. So first of all, I will change it to the static and I will configure a one IP on this port. Okay. So how I can do that? I will give command set uh, mode static. Okay. Yeah, it is taking. Okay. Now I will give the IP address, set IP. Let's say I'm using 172 subnet for my management network. Okay. 172.16.1.100. And subnet mask I will give 24. Okay. So as you can see, it has taken the IP address also. Now, what access I want to allow for this port? I want to allow set allow access. I want to allow ping, SSH, okay, HTTP, HTTPS, all these services I want to allow for this port because this is my management port, right? So this is the command you need to put here to configure your management port. Okay. Now, suppose if I want to give the alias for this port, I want to call this port as a management port just for the recognition or for my understanding. So how I can set alias. Okay. MGMT I can give. Okay. Now I have done with the configuration of the interface, or you can say port number 1. So to save the configuration, what I need to do here, I need to end this. Okay. Once I will give the end command, so all the configuration will be saved, right? Before doing the end, I will want to run the show command. Show will give you the running configuration. Okay. Uh, whatever the commands we have given here, right? Show. So as you can see here, it is using an IP address is configured that we have given the command, right? It has taken the allow access physical. It is by default taking, it is taken the alias also. So yeah, I'm good with the configuration that whatever I want to configure, it is configured here, right? So I will give command end. Okay. Now, my IP address has been configured. How I will verify it? Again, I will run the same command, that is show system interface, right? Show system interface and then question mark. So here you guys can see this time it is showing an IP address 172.16.1.100 and the gateway is 255.255.255.0 and the port status is showing up, right? So this is how we can configure the IP address to our interface in case of FortiGate firewall, right? Now, I also want to set the host name, or you can say I want to configure the host name of the firewall also. So how I can do that? So I'll go with the second command, that is configure system global, right? Configure system global, because this is the global configuration mode. Okay. Here we need to give the global settings. Okay. So I'll give the second command, that is set host name. Okay. So whatever host name you want to give, you can give here. Let's say I am giving it as a Mumbai DC. Okay. FW01 firewall 01. Okay. Now let's press enter. Okay. As you can see here, it has not taken the host name yet. So for configuring the host name or to save the configuration, we need to give the command that is and. So once I will give the and command, so you guys can see here, my host name has been changed from old to new, right? It has taken the new that I have configured, Mumbai DC Firewall 1, right? So what I will do here, I have connected one PC with the port number 1, right? And I will assign the same range of IP to my PC, okay? And then I will try to ping because I have allowed the ping also, right? So I will try to ping and we will see whether we are getting any response from the firewall or not, okay? Just to verify the configuration, okay? Here my system is also up. Let me configure one IP in my system, right? Just 1 second. Let me try to make it bigger. Okay. Okay. Let me. Okay. Now I think it's visible to everyone, right? Okay. So this was my server, right? How we can configure the IP address? We need to go to the network settings, right? So what is the command to go there? First of all, I will cut all these things. Okay. Okay, let me adjust it to because I'm getting the options. Okay, I'll go to the network tab, right? Why the start is not visible here? Start option. Let me take the console again. Yeah, it's not showing the start button. Not an issue. Let me refresh the page once. Okay. Okay, not an issue. It is not coming. So we will take a smaller picture only. Okay. Okay, let me try to make it bigger so that it is visible to everyone. Okay, now it's fine. Here we can go to the command prompt, right? Run. And then here we can type ncpa.cpl, right? We need to go to the networks adapter settings. Okay. From here, we can configure the IP address, right? Okay. IPv4, and then I will give one same range of IP over here also, right? 192.172.16.1.101, right? And what was my subnet mask? 255.255. I have used /24, 255.0, right? Then I click OK. Okay. Now let's check the connectivity first. CMD. Okay. Let me first verify the IP address, whether it has taken the IP that we have configured or not. Yeah, it has taken the IP address. So guys, if you have noticed, we have enabled the ping on our interface, or you can say management interface of the FortiGate. So I will try to ping from this PC as we are on the same network, right? So as you guys can see here, we are getting the ping response, means our firewall is responding. So we can take the access of the firewall as well, right? So I'll open the browser and I'll try to access the firewall. Okay. HTTP 172.16.1.100. Okay. So guys, it is loading. You guys can see here, we are getting the login prompt for the FortiGate firewall here, right? So I can give the password. Admin was my username and password I have set, that is admin. Okay. No, I do not want to. Okay, so it is asking us to set the host name or the device setup. So we do not want to change anything as of now. So I'll select later. Okay. Okay, so guys, we are successfully logged into the firewall. Okay, so as you guys can see here, this is the dashboard of our FortiGate firewall, right? So if let me try to make it bigger so that it will be more visible to you guys. Okay, see. So guys, this is our FortiGate firewall dashboard available, right? Here you guys can see the different options available with the FortiGate firewall. Here it is showing in the top left corner the host name that we have set for our firewall. Okay. Earlier it was set as a FGT, something like that. Okay. FGT KVM. Okay. So here we have set the password through our CLI, that is Mumbai DC Firewall 1. So it is showing Mumbai DC Firewall 1, right? As a host name here. So this is our dashboard. This shows some system information, license information, CPUs, okay, CPU utilization, license details, virtual machines, right? All those things, all the informations, security fabric, right? Administrators, who is logged in, right? As you can see, admin is logged in. How admin is logged in? One active session with console and one active console with HTTP, right? So these are all the details available. And it is also showing the CPU utilization of the firewall, right? You can customize it according to your requirement. Okay. It is also showing the memory details. Okay. Session details, how many sessions are being handled by the firewall, right? Here you can see the session details as well. Okay. Now, if you want to add something, then you can also add from here. Okay. And if you want to modify it, then you can also modify it. Like if you want to have a gray, wider picture, then you can click here and then you can select resize. Okay. It is already wider. If you want to make it shorter, then you can short this. See. Okay. Suppose if you want to make it shorter, then you can click here and short it. Okay. Now, if you want to keep it aside your this CPU utilization. So how you can do it? You just need to drag and drop it, right? Yeah, I'm not able to drag it here. This is the way, right? So you can drag and drop it and you can uh, customize it according to your need or as you want it to view. Okay. According to your understanding or as you like, you can customize it, right? If you want to make it bigger, then you can also make it bigger, right? See, right? You want to see the last 30 minutes, then you can change it, right? If you want to fetch 12 hours, 24 hours time, then you can fetch the details from here, right? It is showing the sessions, okay, in 1 minute. If you want to see in 12 minutes, then you can, like if you can see in, if you want to see in 1 hour, then you can select 1 hour, 12 hour, 24 hours, okay? all these options are available. Okay, so this is the FortiGate dashboard. So we have seen how we can configure the like host name of the FortiGate firewall from the CLI. So if you want to change the host name from the GUI, then you can also do it, right? It is, as you can see here, it is showing all the system informations, right? What is the host name? This is the host name of the device. Okay, this is the serial number. This is the firmware version installed with this firewall, right? This is the mode where this is the deployment mode of the firewall. Okay, so this firewall is deployed in a netted mode. And here it is showing us the system uptime, right? Since how long the system is up, right? So this is showing the uptime. This is the uptime and this is the system time. Okay. And it is showing us the WAN IP is unknown because we have not configured any WAN interface yet, right? And here it is showing or giving us the details about the licenses. You guys can see here, these are the different licenses available, right? So as of now, we don't have any licenses or we have not connected this firewall with the internet. So it is not showing any licenses details. Okay. Similarly, these are the details available, right? So if you want to add something, like if you suppose if you want to change the host name from the GUI, so how you can do that? Or you just need to click on this host name, okay? And then it is giving you the option to configure the host name in system settings, right? Then I will click on this first option. Then it will take me to the system settings, right? From the system setting in the top, you can see we have an option for configuring the host name. Okay, let's say I'm configuring it as a Delhi firewall 01. Okay, and it is also giving us the various option to configure the system time zone, right? Times, NTP configuration and all that. Okay, as of now, I do not want to configure all these things. I just want to configure the host name. So this is how we can configure the host name, right? You just need to keep select OK. Okay. Why I am not getting the full screen actually. That is the problem here. In the last, after configuring all these things, now at the last you will get an option for clicking OK. This is the OK button, right? This green button. Okay. So once you will click it, then the configuration will be posed to the firewall, right? And once I will reload this, then it will show you the new name, right? See guys, it is showing us the new name, that is Delhi Firewall 1 that we have just configured through the GUI, right? So again, coming back to the dashboard here in the status, okay? So we have seen the several options available with our dashboard, right? So if you suppose wants to add something, then you can also add. Okay. So how you can add? Here we have an option for adding the widget, right? So here you can click and there are multiple options, several options available. Okay. From these options, according to your need, you can select anything, right? Whatever you want to see. Like suppose if you want to see the DHCP, how many hosts are there, right? Then you can add it from here, right? So if you want to see the firewall users, then you can click on firewall users, then you can click add widget, right? So this is how you can add the different settings in your dashboard. Okay, suppose I want to add the administrators. I want to see the administrators. So I can click on administrator and add widget. So all these things you can customize according to your requirement, right? Or your need. Okay. See, these are added here, right? DHCP, it is showing because we have added it, right? And it is also showing the firewall users since we have not done any configuration yet. Hence, it is showing nothing. But in administrators, you guys can see here in administrator, we can see one administrator has logged in that is having a profile of super admin, right? He is called with the super admin profile and he is accessing this firewall through HTTP. And how many connections are connected? One connection it is showing. Okay. So guys, this is all about our dashboard. So here we have several options available. Like if you want to monitor the applications, then we have a 40 view application available. If you want to see the application bandwidth, then you can add the application bandwidth here. If you want to see the session, then you can add the session. Okay. If you want to do the monitoring of the IPSec, then you can add the IPSec here, right? By clicking here. Okay. If you want to add the remote access or you can say SSL VPN, then you can select here SSL, right? Then you can add the SSL from the dashboard in the dashboard status. Okay. So this is how you can customize your dashboard and you can do the monitoring or you can pull the reports. Okay. So what are all the so guys, here you guys can see we have a different options available, right? Uh, in this example, if you will see here, these are all the settings available. So these are all the things related to our dashboard only, right? Here it will show you the security related things. Here it will show you the network related things. What network related things? It will show you the routing, okay? Routing, interface, all those things, okay? And devices. Here you can see the user details, right? FortiView show sources. Here you can fetch the top sources who are accessing any destinations, right? FortiView destinations. Here you can see the destinations. Here you can see the applications, right? In this option, you can see the websites, what users are accessing, right? Here you will get the policies, right? And here you will get the session details. What are the sessions being handled by the firewall? Okay, so these are all the details. These are all the part of our firewall only. Sorry, dashboard only, right? If I'll go to the security, then it will show you the like all those things like botnet attack, all this. Okay, threat level. Okay, FortiClient detection vulnerabilities reports, all those things it will show here. Okay. If I'll go to the network tab, then you can see here we will get the routing details, DHCP details, network related things. Okay. SD-WAN, IPSec details, all those things, VPN details, right? So here we will get the network related things. As you can see, it is showing us the one network, one route. Okay. That is for the management interface only, right? So here you can get the user details, right? If you have a SSL VPN, you like firewall users, right? SSL VPN users, all those details, FSSO user, single sign-on user, right? So all those details you can fetch from here. In the source section, you can get the source details. Okay. Suppose you are like management has given you to generate a report. Okay. What are the top talkers? What are the top sources that are being used in your network? So here from this place you can find those sources, right? If you want to see the destination on which destinations these sources are going to, or what are your top talkers, right? So you can get all those details from here. If you want to see the application details, you can click here, right? Similarly, you can, if you want to add something, then you can click on add button, and there we have a multiple options available, right? Related to the all the segments. Okay. So according to your need, you can add a widget in your dashboard and you can fetch the details as well. Right? So guys, anyone has any doubt in this, or anyone wants to ask something regarding this?
No.
So will we be working on this simulation version? Because I heard the simulation version has a very limited number of days which we can work on.
Yeah,
Like
we
it
will
doesn't have a
be
lifetime.
we will use this lab, right, for doing all the testing, but we have a physical firewall as well, right, for several settings, like for a few topics which requires a physical firewall. We will be teaching you through that physical firewall only, right? Like VDOM configuration is not possible with this unlicensed version. So we will see all those configuration in our real firewall, how to configure the VDOMs in Fortinet. Okay. How you can do the routing between the VDOMs, how you can create different policies, different VDOMs, all those things we will
So
see on real devices.
do you have a topology or something to show what will we be working on in the lab? Or we will be working like on this kind of small lab, one PC, one firewall, and how many people will be able to access that?
No, no, no. We have, you can build your lab. If you're talking about this lab, then you can build your lab, right? It is just a first class, and we are discussing about the dashboard. That is why we have just connected one PC with this Fortinet. Okay. If you will go back, like I have explained you in my starting, see, we have a
Yes.
multiple labs available here, right? That we have built and we have tested it, right? As you can see here, these are the labs available. Okay. We have tested everything practically. Okay. So we will be building the real-time scenarios here, as you can see here. Okay. Either you can use these predefined, like pre-existing topologies for your testing, or you can build your own as well, right?
Okay, so we will be building like every week or with every topic we will be building a network design.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Then we
will be
will be
building with the every topic.
okay. Okay, because I thought maybe you already have some big design and then we will be implementing on this and doing
No, 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 no.
stuff
Here
like
we will create everything from scratch. Okay. We
okay.
will be building everything. We will discuss everything. These are the labs that we have created for our previous sessions. Okay. So these are the references. Either you can use these labs or we can build the new labs. No problem. We
Okay, good.
always used
Thank
to prefer to build new labs. Okay. For the lab testings.
good.
And
Thank you.
yeah, I hope it's clear, right? So guys,
Yeah,
anyone?
yes, sir. All of this.
Yeah, look, tell me.
So, first of all, there are currently like working network. Shortly explain the required.
आलोक सॉरी आपकी वॉइस ना ब्रेक हो रही है वी आर नॉट एबल टू हियर यू
So, sir,
प्रॉपरली
lastly, you were saying this firewall working on net mode. Can you explain the sir what is the net mode?
we have a two modes in case of Fortinet. Okay, one is netted mode and one is transparent mode that we will discuss. Okay,
Oh, okay, okay. Uh,
we will see
current
what is the
scenario.
difference between them. How, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Continue, sir. Continue.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is just day one. So I'm just briefing you about the lab, how you can access it, and just we are seeing what is the dashboard, right? Further, moving forward, we will see all the topics. Okay, how we can configure the FortiGate firewall, how we can deploy it in different modes, right? What are the different modes available with our FortiGate? Okay,
Okay.
all those things will be covered. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
So, guys, anyone else?
Yes, Rohit sir, Kismat here from site. Uh,
Yes,
Hello.
Kismat. Yes, yes.
Uh, I have a C to the port 1 configuration management. So my question is same as the WAN port is the same configuration in from CLI or GUI base.
Yeah, you can configure it from the CLI as well as from the GUI. Okay, since we have taken the GUI access, so you can now able to access it, or you can configure it through the GUI, right? Suppose,
Okay.
let me show you the configuration, how you can configure it. If you want to go with the CLI, then you can also configure it through CLI also,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
No,
The
not an issue. Let me show
okay.
you. Suppose if you want to use your port number 2, we have configured port number 1 as of now, right? For the management.
Yeah. Okay.
Suppose I want to configure port number 2 as for my WAN interface, right? So how I can
Okay.
do that? I need to go to the network here. Okay.
Mm.
In network, as you can see, we have an option for configuring the interfaces. I will click on interface, right? So here it will give you the interface details of the FortiGate firewall, right? So here you
Yes.
guys can see we have an option, or you can see we have a port number 2 available. So you just need to right click here. You need to go to the edit, and from edit you can give the IP address and alias also, right? Alias,
Okay.
like let's say I'm giving here WAN, right? And if you want to configure the manual IP or DHCP, whatever, you can choose it, right? I want to give the manual IP. Okay. Let's say I want to assign 192.168.1.101, right? /24. Okay.
Okay.
So now it is asking me what administrative access you wants to give. Let's say I want to proceed with the ping only, right? I do not want to give all those things. Okay.
Okay.
It is asking me whether you want to configure any DHCP in this. No, I do not want to configure any DHCP because it is my WAN port.
WAN IP.
Here
Yes.
it is giving you the option to select whether you want to keep it enable or disable. So I want to enable it.
Enable.
And here it is giving you the option for comment. So in your production environment, you always need to mention here the service number or the ticket number, right? SR 100 10001, right? Whatever the ticket number you have received, you can mention it. Okay, this is the good practice.
Okay.
See, it is configured.
I have one more question. In the real life scenario, you have people, companies have a lot of firewalls, so they will not be managed one by one. They have some kind of like a dashboard or something where all the firewalls can be added. Is there also something for the Fortinet?
Yeah, if you have a multiple firewalls in your environment, then in case of FortiGate, we have a Forti Manager available. That is a centralized device. With that Forti Manager, you can configure multiple firewalls, right?
So will we
Similar.
also do this in this lab?
No, actually, this is about NSC4. In this training, we are going to cover NSC4 only, FortiGate firewall configurations.
Okay, so is there a different certification for that one?
Yes,
Or
yes, that is for NSC5.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we are going to cover NSC4 with this training module, okay? I hope you understood it, right?
Yeah, I got it, because nowadays there are companies like they are using a lot of firewall instead of they using routers. So people or the companies are using firewalls for routing as well. That's why there was a question. Like I have never worked with this, so I didn't know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now I know.
Suppose if you
Thank you.
have a FortiGate in your environment, then we have a like if you have a Palo Alto in your network, then we have a Panorama to manage from central location, right? Similarly, in case of FortiGate, if you have a multiple firewall devices, then you have a Forti Manager available.
So that will be like a central device. For example, I saw a scenario
Yes,
where
yes, yes. That is a
company
central
had
device
multiple.
that is used to manage your multiple firewall from one location.
And the software-defined networking, does this also allow this thing? Because I have seen a scenario where there are a company had multiple branches, and there they had the FortiSwitch and some Fortinet access points for the internet, and everything is being managed
SDN
by
is a
some.
different, yeah, SDN is a different technology. Here we are not going to cover that. Here we are covering the NSE 4, right? The professional level certification with the FortiGate. Here we will see, as we have discussed, we will see all the type of configuration available with our FortiGate, like how you can configure the IPSec tunnels, what is the VPN technology, how you can configure the remote access VPN with your FortiGate firewall, right? How you can
Okay.
configure the netting, what is source net available in FortiGate, okay? Destination net,
So
how you can do the destination net in FortiGate. What is the difference between source net and destination net? In which scenario you will configure destination net? Which type of destination net will be used, right? How you can create the
okay.
policy, right? All those things. How you can configure the firewall in HA mode, right? How you can configure the firewall in active, passive, active, active mode. All those things. How you can take the backup of the firewall, right? All those things we will see. How you can manage the multiple ISPs with your firewall. Okay.
Rohit, can you click on the policy and object?
Yeah, sure. Let me click. Yes.
Okay. So, this is the image firewall. No?
This is the VM firewall. Yeah, this is a VM. Here you
Okay.
can see we can configure the firewall policy, right? So we will see how we can allow the access through the firewall policy. What is DOS
Because
policy?
because in the physical firewall there is
Hmm.
a lot of options which is not available here, like the local in policy, DOS policy, multicast policies. All of these things are not available here.
No, those are according to your requirement. You can configure it or make it available from the features and
Okay.
availability.
If I have a requirement, all of these things like local in policy, DOS and multicast and all,
Uh,
I just want to know about that, why this is the policies available in firewall and how we can use all of these policies and what is the benefit of all these policies and what is the, like, why when we can use all of these policies.
yes, that we will see as per like whenever we will proceed with the topics. Now we will see how we can configure these. In which scenario you use these type of policies, right? Firewall
See, if
policy is used
there
to.
is a local in policy, there is the local in policy not available in the, there is not network as well as object local in policies.
There is.
Click on network. Click on network.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there, it should be there, but there is no the local in policies.
You can, whatever is not available here now, since it is a new box, right? We have not configured it yet. So whatever is not available here, you can make it available from your features and visibility. Okay. See, from this section, you can see multiple options are disabled, right? Because this box is new. Okay. We just turned it on and just take the management access, right? So you can see
See,
here,
I have a query. If there is a
link
suspicious
policies. See.
IP, see, there is suspicious IP, external
Hmm,
IP belong to the China, and I
hmm,
want to block that the IP.
hmm,
Okay,
hmm.
so from where I can block that IP?
You can
Because
block. Yeah,
huh?
okay. If you want to block the China IP, then you can go to the firewall policy, right? In firewall policy, you can create a rule.
There is a particular IP, or I have blocked it. Example, it is China. Okay, so I have blocked from yes, I create the policies, and I block there the address from the in policies. But the IPs is enter in my firewall, and it is scanning my policies at that time. I want that IP cannot be entered in firewall. How can I block it? You
हाँ
are creating the
then
policies. See, you are creating a policies. Does it mean that IP come in my firewall? Enter in firewall, no? Policies meaning it will be enter in firewall and it can be entered in my egress mode.
egress
I
interface,
want
right?
yeah, I want to block from that port. That cannot be enter in my that port. That
Then you
cannot
need
be
to,
scan in my policy as well. How
हाँ
can
हाँ,
I block that then?
then you need to create a rule in your perimeter level, right? You need to create your firewall rule in perimeter level. Whatever the devices you are having for the perimeter, you can block it there.
No, how from where I can we can create that?
Whatever devices you have in your perimeter, like you have, suppose if you have another firewall placed after this firewall, right? You are using FortiGate as an internal, then you must be having one perimeter firewall, right? So in that perimeter firewall, you will be defining
See,
that rule.
I have a simple question. Let me explain you. मैं आपको हिंदी में बता देता हूँ कि एक आईपी है जो मेरे फायरवॉल में घुस गई और उसने पॉलिसी को तो स्कैन कर लिया डेजिग्नेट मेरे फायरवॉल के अंदर घुस चुकी है वो मैं चाहता हूँ वो आईपी ना मेरे फायरवॉल में घुस ही ना पाए मैं
तो
उसको
वही
कहाँ
मैं
ब्लॉक
आपको तो बता रहा हूँ, वो आपको फायरवॉल के ऊपर जो डिवाइस होगा उसके ऊपर आपको बनाना पड़ेगा उसके
नहीं
लिए
मेरे
रूल।
पास है ही नहीं मेरे पास एक आईपी है एयरटेल की उसके बाद सीधा मेरे पास लैंड हो रहा है वो फायरवॉल पे तभी तो फायरवॉल पे बात करो मैं उसके बाद मेरे पास कोई डिवाइस है ही नहीं एयरटेल ने बोलते भी है, ये आपके फायरवॉल में नहीं लगा दिया अब मैं उसके अलावा मेरे पास डिवाइस है ही नहीं अब एयरटेल तो
तो
सबको मना
फायरवॉल
करेगा
पे,
नहीं
इन दैट सिनेरियो यू विल हैव टू क्रिएट अ रूल इन फायरवॉल ओनली, राइट?
पर रूल बनाया तो वो आईपी तो फायरवॉल में घुस चुकी है वो मैं
नहीं,
चाहता कि
घुस
वो
कहाँ
वो
चुकी है,
पोर्ट
प्रोसेस नहीं हुआ ना अभी। प्रोसेस थोड़ी ना हुआ है, वो आपका फायरवॉल के आउटसाइड इंटरफेस पे खाली हिट आ रहा है तो उससे प्रोसेस थोड़ी हो गया। वो फायरवॉल प्रोसेस करके उसको अगर अंदर फॉरवर्ड कर देगा ना, उस केस में वो अंदर आप बोलोगे ना घुस चुका है। अभी तो वो आउटसाइड में ही है, जब तक आप
नहीं
आउटसाइड
देखो
से इनसाइड का
आप
रूल ही नहीं
आपने
होगा।
आपने आपने बोला कि इनकम इनकम इंटरफेस पे आपने लगा दिया एयरटेल का
हाँ,
ऐसे ना
आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना होगा, आप
आठ
पहले
गो में मैंने लगा दिया 8 गो में मैंने लगा दिया मेरे इंटरनल का ठीक है
हाँ।
सोर्स में मैं यहाँ पर रखूंगा ऑल क्योंकि मेरा कोई भी यहाँ पर आ सके डेस्टिनी में मैं रखूंगा ऑल ठीक है सोर्स एंड सर्विस में सब यहाँ पर रखूंगा मैं अब इस कंडीशन में तो वो इनकमिंग तो मेरे अंदर घुस चुका है ना मैंने आपको उसको रोका नहीं इनकमिंग में
नहीं नहीं, ऑल ऑल क्यों करोगे आप? यहाँ पे आप पहले आउटगोइंग इंटरफेस रखोगे, आपका वैन इंटरफेस, राइट?
इनकमिंग में क्या रखूंगा मैं
इनकमिंग में आप अपना लैंड डीएमजेड और वो सारे इंटरफेसेस रखोगे जो भी आप अपने इंटरनल नेटवर्क के लिए यूज कर रहे हो।
इनकमिंग में तो मेरे ख्याल से वो रहेगा ना एयरटेल का रहेगा ना इनकमिंग से वहीं से तो आएगा वो
हाँ सॉरी सॉरी, उल्टा हो गया। सो इनकमिंग में आप अपना रख लेना, जो भी
एयरटेल
आपका
एयरटेल
वैन
रख लिया मैंने
इंटरफेस,
ठीक है
वैन
मैंने
इंटरफेस,
वैन वैन पर
हाँ
रखा
वैन
और 8 गो
इंटरफेस जो भी
मैंने रख
होगा,
दिया मैंने
हाँ वो रख
लैन का
लोगे
रख
आप।
दिया
हाँ,
ठीक है
और यहाँ पे आप रख लोगे लैन का इंटरफेसेस, राइट? और
ठीक है
सोर्स में आप रख लोगे जो भी आपका सोर्स आईपी लेके आ रहा है, चाइना का आईपी आप बोल रहे हो, जो भी आप आईपी को ब्लॉक करना चाह रहे हो उस आईपी को आप सोर्स में डाल दोगे, ठीक है? क्योंकि हम यही चाहते हैं ना कि वो वाला आईपी हमारे अंदर ना आए, तो आप वो वाला आईपी सोर्स में रख दोगे और डेस्टिनेशन में आप रख दोगे ऑल, कि हमारे अंदर कहीं पे भी ना आ पाए वो वाला आईपी, ठीक है?
तो पर
और
इस
सर्विस,
कंडीशन में मेरे ईमानदारी से मेरी क्वेरी है ध्यान रखना जैसे मैं
हाँ
सोर्स में रखा ये सोर्स में रखा मैंने चाइना की आईपी पर उस कंडीशन में क्या उसने मेरे इनकमिंग इंटरफेस पे तो हिट कर दिया ना
तो वो तो पब्लिक आईपी है तो वो तो हिट होगा ही ना। वो तो कोई भी
अच्छा
हिट कर ही सकता है ना, आपका पब्लिक आईपी तो
ठीक
वो ग्लोबली रीचेबल होता है ना भाई, समझ
नहीं
रहे
नहीं
हो?
आगे मैं समझ रहा हूँ नहीं समझ रहा हूँ
हाँ, तो
पहुंच गया मेरे
ग्लोबली
पास
रीचेबल होता है वो, तो कोई भी स्कैन
सोर्स
कर ही सकता है,
में
राइट? अगर आपका कोई अपलिंक डिवाइस नहीं है, सपोज जैसा आप बोल रहे हो आपका पेरीमीटर डिवाइस है अगर आपका
नहीं है
FortiGate,
हाँ
तो उस केस में आपको इस टाइप से ही रूल बनाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? कि वो पॉलिसी, वो आपका ट्रैफिक अंदर ना आ पाए। अगर आपके पास अपलिंक डिवाइस है कोई, सपोज आपके पास कोई फायरवॉल है या फिर कोई राउटर है, तो आप फायरवॉल पे बना सकते हो, कोई अपने पेरीमीटर फायरवॉल पे रूल बना सकते हो। अगर आपके पास राउटर लगा हुआ है, वैन राउटर, तो आप उस पे एक्सेस लिस्ट बना सकते हो।
क्या ये पॉसिबिलिटी है कि ऐसा कुछ हो कि भाई मेरे पास ऐसा कुछ इसमें फायरवॉल में ऐसा हो कि वो मेरे वैन इंटरफेस पे हिट करते ही वो आउट हो जाए और इस पॉलिसी को भी हिट ना कर सके वैसे मैं जानना चाह रहा हूँ मेरी इस पॉलिसी पे भी ना आ सके वैन इंटरफेस पे आके हिट हो जाए वो मतलब खत्म हो जाए
वैन इंटरफेस पे ही आके तो डिसीजन लेगा वो, कि यहाँ पे जब आप रूल
नहीं नहीं
देंगे
वो इस पॉलिसी पे भी अगर मैं पॉलिसी पे क्लिक करता हूँ ना कि सो मैचिंग लॉग में वो दिखता है कि भाई वो उसने क्या करा उस आईपी ने मेरे वैन पे हिट किया फिर मेरे लैन पे घुसने की कोशिश करा, फिर इस पॉलिसी ने उसको मना करा। यहाँ पे मैं समझ में आ गया, इस पॉलिसी ने मना करा। मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि मेरे वैन इंटरफेस पे हिट होते ही वो खत्म हो जाए, वो पॉलिसी तक पहुंचे ना वो।
हाँ, तो वो इसी से ही खत्म होगा भाई, ठीक है। ये आपका ये जो
अच्छा।
अब आप रूल बनाओगे ना, इसी से वो डिनाई हो
हम्म।
जाएगा। अगर आप नहीं भी बनाओगे तब भी डिनाई हो जाएगा। इम्प्लीसिट डिनाई होता है फायरवॉल में सब कुछ, ठीक है।
वो तो लास्ट में होता है ना इम्प्लीसिट
हाँ,
डिनाई तो।
लास्ट में होता है, इसलिए हम डिनाई का रूल ऊपर ही बना देते हैं ताकि हमारे फायरवॉल को प्रोसेसिंग ना करनी पड़े, राइट।
अच्छा, ठीक
ठीक है।
ठीक ठीक।
और अदरवाइज हम क्या करते हैं, जो आपका जो वैन इंटरफेस होता है उस पर मैक्सिमम चीजें हम मिनिमम चीजें को इनेबल रखते हैं, राइट, क्योंकि हम उस पर पब्लिक आईपी रखते हैं। ओके, तो पिंग वगैरह हम उस पर अलाउ रखते ही नहीं है ऐसे सच। अगर आप अलाउ करोगे तो उस पर कस्टमाइज पोर्ट पे करोगे, राइट,
वो तो
फॉर द
हाँ,
सिक्योरिटी
ठीक ठीक समझ
कंसर्न्स।
गया। गॉट
हाँ,
योर पॉइंट।
तो पिंग वगैरह हम अलाउ करेंगे ही नहीं क्योंकि उस पर डॉस अटैक हो सकता है, राइट। सो दीज आर ऑल द थिंग्स, राइट। आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू यू।
Yeah, no, it's clear for me now, but I will check
Okay.
to. We will able to do on next class, na? I have to
Yes,
check.
yes. We will see. Don't worry. I'll show you how you can block, or we have a one more feature available. You can create a dynamic list also in case of FortiGate, right? Suppose if you got from your management, like you need to block 10,000 IPs, how you will do that? You need to create one by one IP.
This is my question. If I have the 1000 IP, how can I block all of this thing IP one by one?
Yes. So that we will see how we can do that. Okay. We do not need to go by one. Okay. Either we can.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have an external thread feed concept available with FortiGate where you can add
Mhm.
multiple IPs. Okay, that
Okay,
we will
okay.
show you. No problem. Okay,
Thank you, thank
makes
you.
sense?
This is also my next question. Na? Thank you very much.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes, makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. I think, guys, we are done for today. So I hope you understood all those things. If you have any query, anyone wants to ask anything, then please go ahead. Anyone? Any query?
All clear, all clear. Thank you.
Okay, so we will move with our syllabus. Okay, from the next session. Okay, you can coordinate with
Okay,
the
thank you.
ma'am for the next like session details. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.